You are listening to the Park Flyer Podcast, where we discuss our RC adventures.
Welcome to the Park Flyer Podcast, where we discuss the ups and downs of the new RC Flyer. Join your hosts, Michael and Jay, as they take flight at the park. Now on with the show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Park Flyer Podcast. I'm Michael from Arizona. With me always, my good friends.
Jay from the high country of South Carolina.
And Shannon G and Mesa AZ.
And welcome to the Park Flyer Podcast. Today is St. Paddys Day, and Jay and I are wearing our greens. So happy St. Paddys Day to everybody.
And of course, I can't get much more Irish. Yeah, so I reek of shamrock green.
Right, exactly.
I reek of shamrock green.
He's the leprechaun in the group. So there we go. This is fun.
Yeah, that's about right.
Which is great. Yeah, right.
You stole my lucky
because
charms. You stole my lucky charms. I know it.
Exactly. I got all of them over here. It's actually great that we are here on St. Paddys Day because we just got back. Shannon and I just got back from the GreenFest. So kind of fits right in with the
how appropriate.
Yeah, it is appropriate. Yeah. It was very, very cool. The weather was great. It was a nice day. Nice turnout. We actually did a little bit of a podcast from out there. We'll switch that here in a minute. We'll go out to the field. But yeah, Shannon, it was a wonderful day. It was good, except for the wind.
Yeah, it was a little breezy, actually a little more than breezy at times. But when we first got there, it was like howling down the runway and crossing and zigzagging and whirlwinding. But it calmed down. And later in the day, it was beautiful. I mean, it was flyable for the most of it. So, but thoroughly enjoyed it. Had a great time. Kyle, who puts on the event, just did a great job. And hats off to him. We've talked about doing an event together at some point in the future, because we're both electric guys for the most part, sure. And we have a good relationship, working between clubs. So maybe in the future we'll do something. But I just love that I can support his event. He can come support ours, and vice versa. So just a lot of fun. I had a real good time, as you'll see.
Yeah, it was a fun time. We took our T-28 Trojans out and went and flew those a couple of times. It was super fun because you could fly as slower than you could walk. There was enough wind. We were just kind of hover.
It was just kind of humming around. Yeah.
It was pretty good. A lot of kids, which I thought was fantastic. There were a few kids out there.
Lots of younger pilots, and there's a lot more 3D pilots than there is at AEF. AEF is like kind of scale and standoff scale kind of stuff like that. But and I thought it was cool because I just you can see some really talented flyers, especially the young guys were just tearing the sky up. So that was a lot of fun to just watch half the time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, well, how about we cut out to the field? We'll do a little, we kind of did an intro. We'll go out to the field, check it out. It's already, it was this last weekend, I think, or 2 weekends ago.
We'll do the time warp to get back
to the GreenFest, and we'll be right back.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Park Flyer Podcast. I'm Michael here in Arizona, and Shannon G. And we are out at AMP's Field here in Phoenix for the GreenFest, which is an all-electric festival here at the Arizona Model Pilot Society. Arizona Model Pilot Society is correct. First things first, we'd like to wish Jay a happy birthday. It is his birthday today. It's April 7th as of for this recording, and even that'll come out at our next one. But it's his birthday, and we're celebrating his birthday by out here flying our T-28s. Yeah. Very successful fun flight. We did. So it's beautiful weather today. It has been, it's a little later in the day for us, around 3 o'clock or so, but this morning it was pretty windy, and we was having a hard time putting the airplanes together. The parts were flying off the table.
Screws were blowing off the table. That's how it was.
It was windy. But we did get our airplanes put together, and we basically got out there to fly them, and we've had a really good time so far.
Yeah, it's lots of fun.
Yeah,
lots of nice people.
Yeah.
It's hard to get as much as we can.
And we enjoyed being out here. It's about 30, a little over 30 registered pilots. Everybody brought something fun. There's really cool stuff here. I think Barrett had a couple of really cool airplanes that he brought.
Eric William, his son, and he's tearing skies up.
It's true. A lot of kids this year.
Yeah, there's a lot of young pilots and really good pilots too. I'm really impressed. One thing I've noticed here, there's a lot more 3D flyers.
That's true.
And we have maybe at AEF, we have an IMAC competition at our field this weekend, so I'm here.
Right.
But we just at AEF, we don't discourage it. We just haven't had as many guys fly it. So, but it's really cool, and they're really doing some serious hot dog.
Yeah, they were, and part of that I think is because there's a strict 400-foot policy. 400-foot policy here. We're right over the flight path for Deer Valley Airport, and so the airplanes are turning base to final right over top of us, and they're less than 1,000 feet. So the airplanes are a little closer than at our fields. They're not near as close. So they are really cognizant of that, but I think it lends itself more towards the 3D flying down low than actually up high flying jets like we've been used to. So, but this is Kyle. We'd like to give a shout out to Kyle for inviting us out. He's done this for 4 or 5 years. 4 or 5 years. Yeah. He puts together a really great program, and everybody's real relaxed here, always having fun. And what I liked is that you're not standing in line to fly. It's a small enough event that everybody gets to fly as often as they want.
Pretty much, yeah.
So yeah, it's fast. You can charge batteries. You can get out there and fly. It's kind of cool, but a lot of really good airplanes. I can't see it go by, but we have the OV-10 in the fire fighting scheme over there. It is really cool to have.
There's a couple of guys that had not the micro, but the mini E-flight pits.
Oh yeah, the pits.
And they're just flying those things like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, that's true. They trying to rub paint, I think, but weren't successful at that. Yeah,
it's successful pretty much.
Yeah, those kids were getting
both landed, like one landed with his nose tilted and the other guy came right behind him, and the same thing happened. Not on purpose, just kind of happened.
Yeah, I think the wind was coming at just the right angle when he touched down and turned it. It just pitched up on his nose, but it couldn't have happened any better. The two of them got together, and it was like everybody cheered and clapped, because they thought it was part of the routine. But I think it was just an act.
All part of the show.
It was part of the show. Even some helicopters out. Too,
yeah, a couple scale helicopters. So we always love to see helicopters out here. We had a couple at AEF, which was nice. And I'm actually kind of toying with the idea of trying to get one again. I don't know. We'll see.
Kind of there you go. See, catching on for.
And honestly, I've been toying with helicopters for 30 years.
Yeah, no doubt.
It never took.
Yeah. Let's see what else. We had a raffle earlier today. That was pretty funny. Everybody got raffle tickets, and I turned around to Shannon and basically told him that it would be a miracle if I won anything. And he's like, "No, you got just as much of a chance as everybody else." I said, "Well, considering I didn't buy any tickets, it would be a miracle if I won something." And then they called my name.
They had a raffle, like a surprise at the end for just the pilots they didn't tell us about. And they second draw, first person wasn't here, and second draw was Mike. So it was like, you were just saying, Mike, it'd be a miracle if you won.
It's a miracle.
So I need to go buy a lottery ticket.
Yeah, no doubt. I do need a lottery ticket. It'd be pretty funny and clear. Yeah, it was. I think Kenny Rhodes won the first pull on the name, and then he left early. Had some things with his family he had to get done, and so they threw the name back in there, and second name was mine. So it kind of caught me off guard, but I actually wound up with a set of zeros.
Yeah. Exactly.
For a free sky. Yeah. Our sky donated some, and that was kind of neat. So always looking for good servos.
Yes.
Good news. Yeah, it's actually warmed up too. It was a little chilly this evening, and now we're kind of here in our short sleeve shirts, and the sun's beating down on us. It's going to turn into a nice day. The wind's died down, and it's way down. Yeah, we
like you're still a little flutter, but
yeah. It's a little bit more windy upstairs, but down here, at least on the ground, not terrible. I mean, the screws were rolling off the table earlier. We were trying to put our wings together, chasing screws. But other than that, I think Dave is out here with his
Gilman,
he's out here with his inductric and
giant oversized inductric.
Yeah,
flies amazing.
And then he's got the Twin Otter that he flies. It's pretty good.
And the little rare bear.
Yeah, rare bear. That's a couple of rare bears out here. That was kind of nice. And then
Wings.
yeah, oh, he had some wings.
Lots of EDFs.
Yeah, lots of EDFs. They've got a couple of. We were just flying the. What was that the Avanti?
Yep.
And then somebody got one of our T-shirts we donated. Donated a couple of T-shirts, and we had some winners, so that was all excited. Even some of the members out here were wearing T-shirts.
Yeah, exactly. Hey,
I saw a couple of our old giveaways from other events. So it's good to see our podcast represented, and we appreciate you guys listening to us and supporting us.
And spread the word. Just if you have somebody that they maybe they're not even in NRC, but if they just want to listen to a podcast different.
Yeah.
We've had some people who are like, hey, we don't know anything about RC, but we're learning.
Yeah,
we enjoy you guys.
Enjoy it.
That's not the limit, mate.
Yeah, just us talking about it, kind of showing stuff, being at these events. If you can't come to the event, well, I guess we'll bring it to you.
That's right. It's right into your computer screen.
Yeah, what are you reading that event? So guys, listen.
Video, yeah.
Through. We do have a YouTube channel, so if you haven't seen the videos, you can check that out. But I think a lot of guys listen on the podcast and audio.
3D. 3D.
There you go. Do a 3D stuff.
Planes were flying right at
We'll let you work on
Jay's jokes that fly right at.
There you go. Jay's jokes. Well, Jay's back in the studio. He's at home, and we're wishing him the best happy birthday he can have. He got a couple of gifts, I think, already and opened them, but none of them RC related, unfortunately. But he's been working on some other projects, and so he got some stuff from Mike and I for that. So it's kind of good. What else? Anything? We got Arizona Arizona Scale Airshow coming out.
Yep.
We talked about that on our last podcast. We'll be there,
Right.
and we'll bring you some footage from there, and making sure that everybody gets some coverage. But for here, it's been a great event so far. But wrapping up, and they serve lunch, so that's good too. Good burgers. And everybody's been super nice. Right? I don't come to AMPS very often because Sun Valley's just down the road, and I spend a lot of time there. Yeah. When I do come here, everybody's always just wonderful and really friendly. And
I just love to share and kind of with all the other clubs here, because we're all in this together, and we all help each other, and so I can support this great event. I'll keep coming.
Yeah, we'll keep coming on. Doesn't hurt at all. So, well, we're gonna get back to flying. See if we can drop a few more batteries through our T28s, and I'm gonna have to make a trip to the house here and let my doggies out. But it's been a great day so far. We've had a really good time, and we appreciate you joining us here at the field. If you haven't come to a GreenFest before, it's always worth the time and effort to come out.
Here's in Mark.
Yeah.
If he might take a little hiatus on it next year. We'll see, but it's a good event.
Everybody gets excited, and then they're like, "Yeah, I'm going to lay up," and then they do it again. Yeah. So Shannon's a prime example
of that. Yeah.
So for now, back to the studio, and we'll see you guys on the next go round.
Yeah.
We're back in the studio. It was awesome. The best part was me winning the gift. Like you just saw, it was hilarious that that was probably the funniest part of the whole weekend. Is I was like, hey, I'm not going to win a gift. And then they call my name. I think Shannon's face was like, they just called your name. I was like, no, they didn't. He's like, yeah, they did.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny.
Oh, so what'd you get?
We got the servos. The servos.
Okay.
From the Free Sky.
FR Sky. Yeah, Free Sky.
FR
Did you get him yet?
Not yet. He said he had to send the guy my information, and then they would forward him out. So
cool.
I've been out of town this last weekend, and so I went and saw the in-laws, and so I haven't really checked the mail. So they could be sitting in the mail. I know I have something from Jay sitting in the mail. I got to go run and check it today. But yeah, I flew into town last night, and so we're just kind of getting this ready to go for tomorrow. But yeah, the GreenFest was a super success, and that kind of leads us into this weekend that's coming up over the weekend. I think it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and this is the Arizona Scale Airshow.
Scale Model Airshow.
RC Airshow, right?
Yeah.
And that takes the place of Warbirds and Classics, which is put on every year. They just changed the name this year, I think, so that they wouldn't be, kind of the same as everybody else. So
yeah, that's a very common title for events across the country now, which is cool. I mean, it applies to so many different aircraft, but yeah, it's nice that they kind of set it apart.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So what are you going to bring this year, Jim?
What is that?
What am I bringing? That's a good question.
Yeah.
Probably
True.
bring the T-28 because that's kind of our go-to.
That's true.
Probably bring the Super Tucano because that thing just flies so wonderfully. I've been flying that the last couple events, and it's funny because I can only fit, like, when I bring the T-28, I can't fit a whole lot more. It's like I got to pick one, maybe two airplanes.
Yeah.
So, I love my jets. Of course, my favorite jet's still, in pieces, but the F-14 is not quite done yet, so not going to have that ready in time for this. So probably the Tucano, just because it just flies so good, and it just makes me look like a better pilot than I actually am.
It does fly well. I'm always impressed when he flies it. It does do real well. It's just got a good flight presence.
It's a 1600 millimeter. It's
Right.
not giant. It's a little smaller than the T-28, but when you put them next to each other, I mean, they're comparable in size. It's just a little bit smaller, but yeah, it just looks good in the air, and the sound from the prop, the 5-bladed prop, just makes it kind of has a nice little hum to it when it's going through the air. So
Did they sell that version with less than a 5-bladed prop?
So no, there's a 3D printed spinner adapter that you can get, which I actually have, because sometimes it's hard to get those 5-bladed props from whoever was. Because it used to be Hobby King, now it's Hobby Line. Hobby Line actually is pretty good about the parts so far. I have a spare 5-blade just in case.
Yeah.
But I did have my friend print me the 2-blade spinner, so you can run like a regular 14.8 2-bladed prop, and the guys that have flown with it said it flies just as good. It just doesn't have the sound. So they say it's actually a little bit more efficient. Probably get a little more flight time, but I have no problem with the flight time. It's just how much I like to fly.
Well, the only reason I mentioned is because we had a guy stop by when we were at the GreenFest, or not the GreenFest. You didn't have it there. It was, or did you have it at the GreenFest?
Yeah, I flew at GreenFest.
Oh, maybe you did. Anyway, somebody stopped by while we were standing there, and they were like impressed with the 5-bladed sound. So he made it out like he had seen this fly before, but with something less than 5 blades. So I didn't know if they had come out with one, or if somebody probably smacked it, and then they were using a 2 or 3 bladed prop.
Yeah, that's probably what it was.
Yeah. So, but he was all impressed with it. He was like, "Oh man, this thing sounds awesome with this 5-bladed prop." I was like, "Yeah, it looks good in the air too." So it's got that good, presence, and Shannon does a good job flying it. So, so that's cool, because then we'll have our What's that?
So it makes me want to put mine together.
I know, right? You should
get it together, Jay.
Yeah, well,
I know. I got to make
see what the other things I got to put together back there.
Yeah, I got to make a. Now that the doctor cleared me to travel, I'm going to have to make a trip out there, and we'll whip him into shape and get his fleet back up in the air. So, let's see, what else are they doing this weekend? They've got the dinner, the awards, silent auction. Which is always good. They've always got really good stuff. I just actually got an email with all the information on it, and they've got some pretty good vendors giving out some good stuff. So I think everybody can expect to have a chance to get something from the auction. I do know that in years past, and probably this year too, there are minimums. Because I think Brian solicits some of that stuff, and in order to get more people involved, he and it's for a good cause. It's a charity, and so in order to kind of bump up the money, he puts a minimum on it, and most guys will pay the minimum or more, but occasionally you'll have one that doesn't make it, and so he'll just keep it for the next go round. So
that's right.
It would come back up, and then somebody may want it then. So you never know.
There you go.
But
hey, so Mike, remember that guy in San Antonio that had all that stuff that you ended up buying a bunch of stuff off of him?
I did.
So I just found out there's a guy just a town up from me who basically he bought like a ton of planes from an estate sale. And so basically he went through all the planes, took all the engines out, the motors out.
Okay.
And now he's just selling all the airframes. And I mean, just a plethora of planes. I mean, just, I can't even go through them all, just all the weird stuff that he has. But like he has, to give you an example, like he has my, like the original North Star.
Yeah.
You know, but a 40 size, or maybe it's a 60 size North Star.
Wow.
You know, so it's a huge plane.
Yeah.
So he has the whole airframe that basically he's like, come pick up the airframe. So, you know, I'm thinking if you come out, you might have to, you know, come back with my trailer or something.
Have to drive back across the country.
Yeah, basically.
Just take it up to the Airbus. It can pull it.
Yeah, that's true. We'll just fly them all back. That's kind of funny. Well, that's kind of interesting that he's got a bunch of airframes for sale.
Oh,
what did he do with all the motors?
I think he tried to sell those separate.
Oh, gotcha.
You know, but they were all, I mean, the majority of them were all nitro. You didn't have any gas ones. It was like nitro ones.
Yeah, those would be kind of hard to sell.
Well, there's still a market for him. It's just
there's a market for him,
separate from the airframe. Yeah, that he's definitely doing it the smart way, because it's like, most guys just are like, either you're going to fly it with it, or you're going to put something you really want on it, you know. And
yeah, that's true.
Or go to electric, which I would do.
Yeah, right. Put it where you can just use some batteries. So that'll be good. Well, I'm excited. We are going to be able to podcast from out there. So hopefully we'll be able to get Jay in the studio and set everything up where we can do a live show, or not a live show, but a pre-recorded show out there. And when it comes out,
we're always up for experimenting.
Yeah. We'll see how it works this time, since I got some portable equipment now. Before I didn't have, my equipment wasn't all that portable, but I think today it is. So I opted for the newer stuff to get us out. So hopefully that'll work in our favor. Let's see what else is going on. It's we mentioned that it was Thursday, Friday, so it's the 18th, 19th, or is it 18th, 19th, 19th, 20, 21st?
Yep,
I think are the dates.
And the Sunday after.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know this. So, sorry, didn't mean to cut you off, Mike.
No, you're good.
So we have Luke Days also this weekend here in the Valley, Luke Air Force Base. And what's really unique about Luke Days this year is both the Thunderbirds and the Blue Angels are performing, because they had some canceled shows earlier. Their first two shows of the season were canceled, so they piggybacked them onto, they just played in Yuma.
That's
performing.
Pretty rare.
It's extremely rare. It's very rare. So I'm wondering if I'm going to try to brave the heat on Sunday, because it's going to be over 100 degrees, what they're saying, to go see both those, because it's well, we're going to be it's going to be over 100 degrees when me and Mike are out there. So, our podcast equipment might melt before we actually, record the show.
It could.
That's crazy.
You never know.
Or it's going to overheat while we're doing it.
It will overheat. Yeah, that's fine.
You'll see the big red thermometer pop up on the screen in the middle of our podcast. Be like, oh.
I think they were talking about we may still get a frost here. So.
Oh.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Like I said, I got up the other morning. I think it was 61 degrees outside.
Yeah. Wow.
I was at my in-laws, and I was just like, I walked outside. I was like, whoa, because I'm cold now that I've been on blood thinners and lost weight and all that kind of stuff. So it's like I had to put my jacket on. I didn't know what to do. I was like, man, it's cold out here. It's crazy. So, well, that's exciting. I may touch base with you when we're out there. I might sneak over there myself, and it's awesome to see it. I've actually seen them in Florida when they did it together. And it's always pretty, like you said, it is a rare occurrence, but it's kind of cool to see them. So it would be my second time, I think, seeing them both simultaneously, or not simultaneously, but back to back whenever the show happens.
Now, if they flew together at the same time, that'd be even cooler. But
that would be kind of a cool show, Yeah, they did
be a dogfight. Air Force versus Navy.
That's right. Only one thing per male.
That's a great recruiting tool, though.
Yep.
It's funny. So, well, the good news and bad news for this event is that this is the kind of the last event before the summertime. And of course, I mentioned that I'm borrowing a radio and some batteries, so I'll probably be returning them after this particular show and the events because they've been letting me use them. And but the good news is that I have started things have progressing on my side, and so we're starting to get the okay to replace certain things, and so now I'm hoping that I can get a new radio and some batteries pretty quick, and maybe a new airframe. We'll see what comes on. I've been looking at some new airplanes and we'll see what's happening. So
nice.
But, hopefully, it will start coming sometime in the next month or two.
Cool.
So we'll have to report on that. What else? Anything? I don't think there's anything coming up.
Actually, there is. We're not done yet. There's the Tucson Jet Rally is the following weekend.
Oh, that's right. I totally forgot about that.
Yep. So the Tucson Jet Rally is coming up. It's not the last one, and then after the Tucson Jet Rally is Gunsmoke in April. So we've still got.
Right. And you and I were talking about Gunsmoke.
No, Gunsmoke is at my field. So that's a scale. It's a scale competition. So we've got Gunsmoke coming up. So so there's still plenty. And then even after Gunsmoke, we have our E-Jet Day, which is a Friday and Saturday electric jet day at our field. So looking forward to that.
Technically, that's why it's my last event because all I have is the Trojans. So
but I got plenty of jets. You can fly. You can fly any one of my jets you want.
There you go. I'll have to do that. We'll have to get out there. So, that's very, very cool. Anything in your area that you're aware of, Jay?
Good question. I mean, now, we're just waking up out here.
Mm-hmm.
It's just getting nice. I mean, it's just getting nice enough to be in the 70s, low 80s. But now, we're getting a bunch of like storms here. So, the next week or so, it's just going to be stormy and kind of miserable. As you notice, I have on a new light that you sent me and a couple other things because it's, they shut down. Believe it or not, the weather's supposed to be so bad here that they shut down school.
What?
Because they were afraid of bad weather and all that kind of stuff today. So shut down school. The interstate got shut down yesterday. Everybody was it was crazy. So anyway, still getting the lay of the land out here. So
it comes with time. So like I said, I'll have to make a special trip out there, and we can both be in the same studio at your place.
Yeah, there you go.
You were out here. So, well, I'm excited. If you're going to be in the Phoenix area this weekend, you can swing by and say hello to us. We'll be out there on the flight line there at the, tell me once again, I always get it wrong. It's the Arizona
Scale Model Airshow.
Scale Model Airshow. Scale Model Airshow. Okay. I've called it Warbirds and Classics for so long it's still ingrained in my head.
Just run that because that just rolls off the tongue. The other one just got a little more effort.
And I think it's Bonnie's weekend, birthday weekend again always.
Yes.
So we'll have to wish her a happy birthday when we're out there. And then come by and see us. And it's always great to have our listeners reach out and touch base with us. Hopefully our audio is better when we're out there, and hopefully enjoy our little podcast from the GreenFest. It was really fun, and we are looking forward to seeing everybody again, this coming up weekend. So having said all that, I think that's the time for our show. So I'm Michael from Arizona.
And I'm Jay from the low country of South Carolina.
And Shannon G. and Mesa AZ.
And we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Let's fly.
You have been listening to the Park Flyer Podcast. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to your next visit. Please give our show a star rating and review, and feel free to email us your questions, topics, or suggestions to parkflyerpodcast@gmail.com.